Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to our Total War Warhammer 3 Chaos Dwarfs Let's Play, where things are looking fantastic as we push against more orcs and undead, looking to secure additional raw materials so that we can engage the Great Drill of Hashut. Before we get into all that today though folks, I just want to address some freshly named cities and units alike. There's only a few of them, but each one is beautiful. First up, with the capture of the Silver Pinnacle, Astragoth immediately orders the construction of a strong ziggurat tower in anticipation of building a gem mine and refinery. And so, Israel Mingal, Tower of Jewels, is founded for the Dawi Zharr. Not merely a resource for the war effort, Israel Mingal is also a strategic location guarding the entrance to the Darklands. Astragoth knows it's sure to be coveted by many Grobi, Thagoraki, and the Unabraki, traitor-kin filth of the surrounding mountains, and so he makes plans to defend it against those that would dare try to wrest it from his iron grasp. Beautiful stuff, beautiful context, a beautiful backstory, and the same goes for our two freshly named units. First up, the Burned Brothers. To the Dawi Zharr, there is little that commands more respect than fire. It is fire that feeds the forge, it is fire that fuels the gun, and it is fire that drives us forward. But fire is a fickle ally, quick to turn on its friends. Such was the case with this company of warriors who marched into battle carrying the banner of eternal flame, thinking it would protect and empower them, only for their blunderbuss-wielding brethren to cut them down by half in their eagerness to shoot the enemy. Forced to retreat in the face of an onslaught from fresh orcs, the few survivors of this tactical blunder emerged with their backs seared from powder burns and scarred from countless bullets. But these brave warriors had stood their ground until the moment their commander ordered a withdrawal, and they had not lost their sacred banner. So they stand tall to fight another day. Beautiful stuff. This is again in reference to the unit that we sent charging in who got absolutely obliterated by friendly fire before we had to pull them back because they were almost eliminated in that battle in the previous episode. So again, just beautiful backstory tying into gameplay efforts, and the same thing applies to the Silver Reapers. This group of Chaos Dwarf warriors was hand-picked by Astragoth from Chaos Dwarves who have dealt with the undead and who hate them almost as much as their western kin. During the siege of the Silver Pinnacle, this group of warriors threw themselves at the undead horde, killing hundreds of the walking corpses and skeletons. Thanks to the bloody toll they made, Astragoth personally gave Hashut's blessings to them and renamed them the Silver Reapers. Folks, I cannot express how much immense joy I get from these custom touches in our campaigns. So many cool stories being woven together. It is such a joy. So please do keep those name suggestions coming. Again, putting the word name in the comment really helps me find them more easily. And if you've got a timestamp associated with the unit or settlement that you're trying to name, that helps me find exactly what you're talking about as well to make sure we get it done right. And then of course I grow increasingly attached to these units, but based on some of the feedback I got from you guys from previous campaigns, we will be upgrading units, and we'll basically be telling the story of their rise to better and better status as we get higher and higher tier units, so that we're not stuck with tier 1 units during the final battle, though I do like the challenge that comes with that. Nonetheless, let's move forward here, folks. I do believe it is almost time for us to hit the end turn button. We just took the Desolation of Drakkenmoor. We're looking to hit Howling Rock and down over here Mount Gunbad as well to take care of our two enemies. We are at war with both of these guys, so let's try and eliminate them quickly and secure some additional outposts so we can get more raw materials going. But before we hit the end turn button, up over here, I wouldn't mind establishing an upgrade to our mine over here, get the mine shaft happening. It'll cost 3,000 gold. That's fine, we can afford it. It'll allow us to produce more raw materials at the Falls of Doom. And then separately, down over here at Israel Mingal, we're going to go ahead and secure the ironworks, I think, because we have enough munitions, or sorry, armaments. I keep thinking munitions because I'm playing Company Heroes 3 as a separate Let's Play on the channel as well. But we have enough armaments over here to pull the trigger on this. We could instead, of course, take a look at the Hellforge and maybe increase the number of blunderbusses we have access to, or increase the number of warriors we have access to, but I really wouldn't mind getting access to some of these war machines sooner rather than later, especially the Iron Demon and the Magma Cannon. I mean, the Skullcracker too. They're all pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and pursue this. It'll take 3 turns, and it's not gonna cost us any money. It'll just cost us armaments. So let's do that. We'll we're gathering armaments at a pretty decent rate, so I'm not too worried about, you know, increasing our unit capacities and getting those upgrades unlocked. We'll be fine on that front. But apart from this, I'm also tempted to secure the lava fields here so we can get these Bull Centaur renders and the Bull Centaur Taurak available for further recruitment. That'll cost an additional 250 armaments, so maybe I'll hold off on that. Maybe we'll do some other upgrades at the Hellforge first and then turn our attention to this building. But just wanted to let you know what the plan is here, so y'all can check me before, you know, I wreck myself, etc., etc. Let's take a quick look at the military convoys over here, because I just want to make sure that we have something basically going at all times. Right now, these guys are returning to the capital. It'll take them 5 turns to do so. So why don't we go ahead and get ourselves, ward save of 5% for the entire army isn't shabby, but Kadai domination is kind of cool because of the units it comes with. You know what, let's go with Kurf Yalkaz over here. We'll hire and add this master, and let's send you where? Somewhere that'll give us a good deal on raw materials. I mean, up over here, it'll take 6 turns to get there, but we'll basically have our new convoy arrive, sit around for a turn, then these guys will begin their return journey, and then we can send our previous convoy. I guess that works out all right. I guess that's okay. Because the return on investment there is quite nice. It's, what, twice as much? A bit more than twice as much, a bit below thrice as much, so that seems like a good call. Alternatively, we could go a bit further out even. Armaments, laborers, raw materials down here. 7 turns to get there, though. You know what? Maybe we stick to... sure, maybe we stick to the Volary here. Set the convoy route. We'll send them 500. How much do we have? Over 4,000. What if we send them... let's say 1,000, or you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's send them 1,100. We'll get 400 raw materials in return. It's gonna take some time, of course, but hey, might as well get this mission started now. So let's dispatch you, and we have plenty of money coming in as well. We have plenty of money in the bank, and it's not even our primary resource, so I'm feeling fine on that front. With all that done, these guys are replenishing at a decent rate. I could go ahead and merge these 2 orc laborers together so we can recruit an additional unit, I suppose. Right, and be a bit more closer to topped up. Again, laborers, I don't mind merging with minimal hesitation. Right, so let's go ahead and get these guys merged as well. They should be able to. Yeah, there we go. Leaving us 2 slots to recruit. Why don't we go ahead and get ourselves a couple of replacement orc laborers? Yeah, that'll work nicely. The thing, by the way, about getting Howling Rock as an outpost is that until we take the Gates of Zharr, we won't have access to many high-quality, like, unit recruitment options in the area. I guess we'll gain access to some Hobgoblin options, so there's that. The thing about factories is they do have access to decent unit recruitment options, but I need to unlock an additional slot for that, right? But you can kind of... You'll see over time how the different types of settlements do make a bit of a difference in terms of how you approach things. Anyway, that is this turn done, I believe. We do have some upgrades available. We have some slots available, but I'm not interested in investing in them, I don't think. Oh, we could generate some income here. 2 turns, 750. I would be a fool not to take this sooner. The sooner we get it, the more money we generate from it, so let's go ahead and chase that. And now, let's go ahead and hit the end turn button and see what the AI gets up to. As always, not too much, I assume. Calm beginnings, but I'm sure the chaos will come through quickly enough. That's lowercase c chaos, but hey, you know what? Uppercase c as well. Are you going to ask for a peace treaty right now? You're going to ask for peace, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, that's not nearly enough money. That's not nearly enough money. No. Decline. If they were going to give me a massive sum, then maybe I'd accept it and then betray them, but for that, I'm not going to hurt my reliability. But what is this now? Convoy encounter, a quick way down. A painstaking section of your convoy's route has required the cavalcade to lumber up an unexpectedly steep mountain, putting it behind schedule. Once reaching the pinnacle, the convoy master scouts a quicker route down the other side, which would make up for the lost time. Given the sheer weight of the convoy's consignment, however, the shortcut would make for a perilous descent, which may result in some damaged goods. Do I want to lose cargo to reduce journey time, or just keep moving as normal? If we take the shortcut, lose cargo and reduce journey time, but it doesn't tell us by how much. We can handle a few off-road chicanes. Any potential losses will probably cost us less in the long run than gaining a reputation for tardiness. I don't think that's a real thing. I think slow and steady. We should stick to the main route and avoid exposing the cargo to any unnecessary risks. We're sending quite a bit of cash to bring back quite a bit of raw materials. I don't want to lose out on that trade, how I'd set it up, right? So let's go ahead, slow and steady. Wins the race, as they say, right? Looking good on that front. Cool. It'll still take them some time for the resources to actually come through, obviously. But I think we're good to move. Can we hit them right away? No, they're just out of reach. Of course they're just out of reach. Let's go ahead and get to the edge over here. That way we'll keep replenishing, and next turn we'll be able to hit them. Don't you dare do it. Don't you dare. Okay. Looks like they're not at war, which is good, but that could change at any moment, obviously. I will fight you, Zatan. I will fight you. Don't you dare take that from me. I mean, again, we can just turn our attention to Mount Gunbad. I do just want to remove this enemy, but at the same time, I would like to try and take the Blasted Wastes for myself as much as possible. Though I don't think the War Host of Zharr is going to be happy about that. What's this army looking like, meanwhile? Like, they've actually managed to recruit almost a full stack, so that'll be a bit of a pain. We're fine. You over here, buddy? Should we encamp? Is there any reason to? I see no real value. I'm not going to raid myself. Sure, encamp, just while we're waiting. Otherwise, we've got some money, not that we have enough to do anything with. I guess we're good to hit the end turn button. Not going to sacrifice any laborers right now. We're about to go below full efficiency here, which I don't like. Do I shift people around? I mean, I could bring some people from the World's Edge Mountains over to Zor and Uzkul, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to spend... How much am I going to spend to do that? Do I really need to do that? Yeah, I suppose I can. It's not that expensive. Forgot how cheap it is. Forgot how cheap it actually gets. All right, cool. End the turn there. And again, I really hope Howling Rock stays available to us, because I would like to try and, you know... I mean, I want more. It's really that simple. I don't have to justify beyond that. I want more. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is very interesting. Which way are you headed? Are they at war with these guys? They are. So they might secure Mount Gunbad here, which is fine. It'll put them toe-to-toe with the Karak Azul at Silver Road. But can I take a look at diplomacy here? Not really interested in anything, eh? We've got our non-aggression pact that's sort of pre-existing, so that's all well and good, but they have zero interest in any of the other potential agreements. We'll see. Hopefully that'll change in due time, and hopefully we can work together with our Chaos Dwarf brethren. But this means we are able to roll up to here. Let's get out of encamp stance, please, and move in towards Howling Rock. They have got an additional army coming through, so this might be a little troubling. This might be a bit problematic, because we are very reliant on orc laborers. But hey, this time around, we also have more blunderbusses on hand, and I think we'll be fine. Gotta be careful about these guys, though. They're pre-hurt as we dive in to the Battle of Howling Rock. Let's go. Fingers crossed that... Oh, well, the game assumes we're going to get a close victory, which means I should hopefully be able to do as well, if not better. We see the settlement garrison is quite numerous. Okay, this is actually kind of scary. It's numbers. They got the numbers. They don't have the quality. They do, however, have a Vargulf. Okay, fair enough. Unit of Vargulfs, I should say. Which could be a little concerning. And, of course, they do have that glorious invocation of Nehek. And some Graveguard with great weapons, and some regular Graveguard. Okay, a couple of high-value targets in there, but we should be fine, right? We should be fine. Let's get the Standard of Discipline assigned to our OSHA here, and let's make our way to the battlefield. Let's go. Alright, folks, again, this isn't an actual settlement battle. We don't have to deal with walls and towers and all that good stuff. Just an open field battle over here. Some terrain that we might be able to take advantage of, but we are, of course, the attacker, which means that the enemy's probably going to stay put as much as possible. Let's go ahead and try to channel some magic over here and hope for the best. Come on, work with me here. God damn it. Every time it goes down so significantly. Every time it goes up, it barely goes up, but that's fine. Start deployment, and let's get set up over here. The frame rate is quite wild when you have full armies. It throws me off. It didn't used to be like this with like Warhammer 2 and stuff, but with Warhammer 3, this has been relatively constant. Maybe I should lower my graphics even further, but that seems wild considering the equipment I'm rocking here. The rig is shouldn't be struggling like this. Let's put it that way. All right, let's get these guys set up like so. Let's get these guys. I wonder if I want to flank with our laborers as opposed to just let them take the brunt of enemy damage. All right, let's try something here. Let's try spreading these guys like this. We'll get our guns set up in this sort of a fashion. Let's get you positioned like that. Let's get you positioned like this. Get these guys up over here, sure. You guys will be one group, and you guys will be a separate one. Just trying to get these guys a bit better organized. Get these guys grouped up as well. And reinforcements going to be coming through as well. Where is... There it is, the enemy Vargulf. Alright, cool. Just want to keep an eye out for that because Zorak is anti-large, so I wanted to spot that nice and early so we can prepare for it. We have our goblin laborers over here as well. Let's get you... You know what, let's get the goblin set up like this and like this. We'll have to move up anyway. I don't think the AI is going to come our way. Get you over here. Alright, let's see what we can do over here. I think we'll be okay. Start the battle. Nice musical cue to get us going. And there's a bit of movement out over there, but I think they're just fanning out. Yeah. Let's get these guys up to there. Let's go. And honestly, I mean, these guys could probably end up over there. No. Go like so. And let's get you up there. Cool. That'll be fine. Momentary mess there. Very quickly taken care of. Let's get you over to the side here. They should be able to come down this way. Yep. And let's get you guys down to the side here as well. Reinforcements will arrive in about a minute's time. I don't think I can do too much damage to them before that happens. But my hope here is that we distract all their flanks, basically, so that we can deal with the center first. I'll check where the enemy Graveguard are. There we go, Graveguard. Where are the Graveguard with great weapons? Alright, cool. They're over there. So we'll try and eliminate those guys nice and early, and everything else just kind of needs to be held in place while our guns get some work done as well. Very much looking forward to gaining access to artillery. Part of the reason why I'm making the campaign map investments that I'm making right now. But it'll still be some time, obviously, before we can field them. Push up over here. Deal with these direwolves and stuff. Just apply some pressure, maybe get these bats to come out of position. And why don't we go ahead and pop Burning Wrath on... sure, the... Graveguard with great weapons. Looks like these guys are nudging up ever so slightly. Might just be adjusting for a reproach. Yeah, looks to be the case. That's fine. That's fine. Get everyone into position. They got some more direwolves to the side over there. These guys are still making their way up. Alright, good stuff. In comes a little cast here. And do a touch of damage. Not too much, I imagine. Yeah, I mean, it's something. Oh, and of course, the vortex part of it just kind of wanders around aimlessly. No surprise. It's not like I rely on that thing. Jeez, we're going to get completely swarmed over here. Alright, let's push up like that. Let's go. Let's get these guys nudging up as well. Hit these direwolves. Just to maybe, you know, force the enemy to do something. Their reinforcements have arrived, so that's going to be annoying. And come their direwolves over here. We'll be fine. Let them come. Let them come. Looking okay. These guys are pushing up. Looks like most of the adjustment that's happening is because of the arriving reinforcements. We got a Master Necromancer and a Vampire Lord. This is going to be a bit of a pain, truth be told. It's going to be a bit of a pain. Can we get any further here, please? Can we go against these direwolves? Skeleton Warriors. Alright, Graveguard in the middle there. Should hopefully be able to hit them soon. Try and get some work done. Direwolves are in a bit of trouble. Are we drawing any aggro? A little bit from these Skeleton Spearmen, perhaps? Or no, nothing. Direwolves should retreat pretty quickly because they're right by the edge. Oh, no, wait, hold on. They don't. They're the undead. They're just going to disintegrate. Pull back a little bit. Gunfire's hopefully about to start. Keep sending you up. Let's go. Looking good. Open fire here instead. Open fire up there. Let's go. Come on now. Get some work done. How are we looking over here? Looking okay. Pull away a little bit. Looks like we forced them to split up. In comes the range support. And what are these guys looking like? Let's go. Apply some pressure this way. And I gotta get these guys moving up as well. They fell real far behind. That's okay. Keep drawing these guys out this way. Getting some work done. Yeah. Pull up a little bit. Firing away over here. Looking good. Hold these Crypt Horrors in place. My goodness. Run away and fire at them, please. Get you moving up. Let's get this thing popped up over there. Let's go. Send you up there. Still firing away over here. Yep. Fire away over here as well. Take care of these Graveguard, please. Send these Silver Reapers up over here. And what's the deal down over here? Shut this nonsense down. Yeah. Good stuff. Push you through. Should be good. Hold the enemy in place. These guys are looking good. Let's send you up through the gap over here and try and find that Vargulf. I mean, there's plenty we could rear charge into, truth be told. Don't think I have to be so specific. Looking good, though. These bats are causing us some trouble. Let's try and fall back over here. Get some of these orcs to come through. Pin those fell bats in place, maybe, if they're able to arrive in time. How are we looking over here? Zombies coming through. Like, everything's breaking through. That's the trouble here. And obviously, our laborers are giving up on the fight. Unsurprisingly. Burn Brothers in a bit of trouble over here. Close to give up, maybe. Pop this over there. Keep these guys fighting. Let's go. How are we looking? Come through. Come through, come through. Let's go. Send these guys in. Let's go. Send these guys in as well. Bring these guys over this way. Good shooting over here. Bring these blunderbusses in to fire up there. There's the Vargulf. Maybe I should hit that instead. Go for it. These Chaos Dwarf warriors with great weapons are fully surrounded, and they are not having a good time. Keep working away over there. Let's go. Firing. These guys are retreating. That's okay. Let them fall back a little bit. In comes the support back there. Bring these guys in as well. Let's go. I need like some good, glorious charges and hits. Massive clumps over here, but nothing I can hit them with, unfortunately. I would love to have some artillery right around now, but no such luck. How are we looking over here? These guys giving up? Push you up. Let's go. Push you up. Let's go. Well, these guys are coming through. Let's go. Try and provide some assistance over here. That Vargulf is causing some trouble. Try and get into it. Turn these blunderbusses around to fire up there. How are we looking over here? Astragoth doing okay? Doing okay. You guys have charged in from the back there. Caused a little bit of trouble. Not too much. Let's fall back. This Vargulf is being shot up, being absolutely obliterated. Looking good. Laborers coming through. Let's go. Get you guys firing up over there. Let's go. Bring these blunderbusses back a little bit. Let's actually turn these guys around on these zombies. Just to stop that, like, shutdown that's happening there. Laborers are holding these guys in place, so let's turn around and open fire over there. And these blunderbusses should be able to turn around and fire over here as well. Let's go. Point blank range, basically. How are we looking over here? Looking good. Let's send these guys in. Rear charges. Let's go. Those guys are giving up on the fight. Nah, it's not too hot. That's okay, though. They'll come back. They'll come back. That's what they do. It's what they do. We can charge up there. Charge in there. Let's go. Get these guys to turn around and fire over here. Let's go. Looking okay. Looking okay. Astragoth, how you doing? Doing well. Trying to drop this enemy wizard over here. Get rid of some of their support. Looking okay. Looking okay. In comes a charge up there. Let's get the range fire back over there. Get you pulling out a little bit. Get these guys pulling out a little bit as well. They might be in a touch of trouble there. Up against some spears. Not doing too much damage, but don't want to lose them by mistake. These guys are fleeing, eh? And no surprise. At least they kept the enemy busy. At least they kept the enemy busy, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Served their purpose. Firing way down over here still. Yep. Up over here. Job well done. Let's get you firing down there, please. Get rid of these zombies as quickly as possible. Still firing up over here. Man, the gunfire looks absolutely just glorious. Beautiful stuff. Get another one of these up over here. Sure, that should help out if it hits nicely. If we can get it out. There we go. Indeed we can. And in it goes. It's a decent effect, it looks like. Yeah. Right in the clump there. Enemy morale is pitiful right now. They should all be disintegrating. Hopefully. And we're still firing away. Good range, man. Good range. These laborers managed to hold the line and push through, so very, very pleased with their work. Very pleased with their work. Get you firing up over here. Now, there we go. Disintegration's coming through. Astragoth, you're fine. We're fine. We're fine. These guys are done for. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Oh, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I was a little nervous there. I was a little nervous there. Pyrrhic victory, I'll take it. We were fully surrounded, but our laborers did well. They really held the line over here so that our blunderbusses could fire into the backs of the enemy. And up over there, we distracted quite a few direwolves and I think some spears and swords as well. Skeleton spears and swords, but numbers, you know, we distracted some numbers, kept them off to the side, and I think quite a few of them probably disintegrated before they could get involved in this main fighting in the center over here. Took some risks with our warriors, with and without great weapons, sent them in, they got fully surrounded and swarmed, but in a way that worked out because our guns were able to open fire. The only trouble was that our renders were kind of out of position when we pulled them in, and these laborers on this side were also kind of out of position. I should have moved them up a bit sooner so that we could just draw, like, kind of tear the enemy apart a bit more effectively. But all that said, still pretty pleased with how this played out. Still pretty pleased. Doing a bit of a post-analysis as I get familiar with, or as I try to identify opportunities and room for experimentation, I should say. Some of these numbers are really good, but again, remember, we're up against zombies and skeletons, so these are inflated numbers. But look at that. We were 2,000 against, what, 3,000, 3,200, 3,500, maybe? So pretty pleased with that. Pretty pleased with that. We'll sit tight over here, make it an outpost, we'll hang tight, we'll replenish a little bit, and we'll be good to go. Didn't lose a single unit. 208 kills on these Silver Reapers, looking real good. Our highest kill count in melee? No, that's the Bull Centaur renders. No surprise there, anti-infantry as they are. We got decent kills from our gun line, of course, and the Hobgoblin archers did quite well as well. Again, no surprise there. Good stuff. I'll take all these rewards. Thank you very much. And I will take the settlement as well. Occupy it as an outpost, please. New convoy contracts. A shift in supply and demand for industrial commodities in the world has resulted in new convoy contracts arising. Incoming and outgoing options for convoy destinations have now changed and will do so every 10 turns. So it constantly changes in case you want to change. Sometimes it works out to your advantage, sometimes not. Depends on what's closer or further away and what you need. Vampire Slayer for Astragoth, Iron Hand. I believe he has Orc Bane as well, so good for him. He's collecting all those abilities. And at Howling Rock, we have not got a mine, unfortunately, so we'll have to build one. 2 turns, 1,500. I could sacrifice some laborers if I brought them in here, but I think I'll just wait the 2 turns. I think that's fine. And I could actually upgrade the camp as well. It'll cost 4,000, which pretty much drains our entire treasury. I don't know if I'm a fan of that, truth be told. Here, we're able to do some global recruitment if we wanted to get... oh, you know what? No, we're maxed out on blunderbusses until I pop this again. Do I want that or do I want more warriors? That's the question. And I think I know the answer. I think I want more blunderbusses. We'll have to do global recruitment, so it'll be a bit more expensive, and we'll have to hang tight just a little bit longer. But I think it's probably worth it. 187 armaments. We got 244. It costs 250 to build the lava fields. Well, I could save up, or we could hold off on this. The ironworks will be done in a turn. How long will these take to recruit? That's the other question, because I wouldn't mind getting like an Iron Demon in nice and early, or even like a Magma Cannon, just to force the enemy to be aggressive when they're on the defensive side, right? Because, again, having artillery always does that. We'd have to pull up to the World's Edge Mountains in order to pull that off, but that's not a problem, because we're either going towards the Red-Eye Greenskins next, or we're moving north to secure the marble up over here, right? Which is, of course... being held onto by some Skaven. Either way, we're moving in this general direction so we could do some recruitment en route. Fair enough. All right. Just trying to keep in mind what we're actually doing here. So let's get ourselves some additional blunderbuss activity. Sure. Hope I don't regret that. And I guess we could also take a look at... well, we don't have any other upgrades, but we could get Frenzy for our melee infantry at least. Because I was kind of hesitant to do that previously, but... maybe I shouldn't be so hesitant. It's extra damage, it's extra melee attack stats as well. Doesn't cost all that much. 24 per turn. How much are we taking in right now? About 92. Maybe we'll get that upgrade going when we're about to dive into the next battle. Because there's no, like, run-up or lead-up. There's no reason to have lead time. You can activate these as soon as you're about to go into a battle, and then, you know, after the cooldown's done, you can actually remove them as well, and there's no extra cost to turning them off and on, so that is an option. I'm not going to do that because it's way too micromanagement heavy, but it is an option, and we'll apply that to this weight over here before we get the Rune of Frenzy on the melee infantry. After all, they are, what, 2 steps away from unlocking Charge Reflection. It's here where things get really fancy. Sundering attacks, and up over here, physical resistance of 10%. Like, that's no joke. That's kind of wild. But do I want to dedicate all that to these warriors, or do I want to save some for the Infernal Guard and stuff? Lots to think about there, but that's for later. Let's go ahead and get some work done over here. These guys are able to merge. Do I want to merge them? Making room for recruitment, I suppose, is the plan there. Maybe get some additional blunderbusses. These guys took a fair bit of damage, the Sulfur Eaters. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and merge these guys. I can send the remainder over to here. Yeah, good stuff. Leaves us 1 slot for some blunderbusses, or what we can do is, as we're making our way up in this general direction, we can secure some blunderbusses up over here. All right, they should be available up over here, I believe. I'm trying to remember where I recruited them from previously. And my mind is drawing a blank. But we'll move up this way, and right, there we go. I was like, it was much more recent than up there. Israel and Gaul will have both. So we'll head up this way and get the job done. Cool. Threw me off for a second because I was like, did we get blunderbusses at Zorn Uzkul? I don't remember it, and turns out I was right. It's because it's at our recently acquired province. Do we want to upgrade this? 1500. Further increases our income generated. It'll take 4 turns. Might as well get that done. Meanwhile, down over here, let's go ahead and get some upgrades done as well. Astragoth, what to give you, buddy? Lightning Strike. 2 stages of. So far, holding back enemy reinforcements has not been essential. However, in a situation like this, it most certainly would be. So, I think I want to get ahead of that. I think I want to try and get ahead of that. Let's go ahead and upgrade Zorak here as well. What to do with you, buddy? We've got training locked right now, so I suppose we could chase after Expeditious Endeavor. Or, ooh, Murderous Charge. Tempting. Blocks a lot of stuff, though. Temple Guardian over here gives us the Guardian passive ability, which is nice. Keep him side by side with Astragoth. Not really how I'm using him. Effective Agent, I think, is pointless for Buddy here. I think we'll go with Murderous Charge and Seeing Red. I think that makes the most sense based on how we've been kind of using him so far. Bulgor up over here gives us extra charge bonus and armor-piercing weapon damage too. Not bad. Maybe I want to switch gears to that rather than the speed over here. Strength buff. Alright, let's go with 2 steps of Woundmaker, because that's kind of hard to say no to, and then we'll start investigating some of the other options, maybe after we get Woundmaker up to its 3rd step there. I think he's moving quickly enough for the time being, but we'll see and course correct as needed. We've opened up a slot for the blunderbusses. We need to open up a slot for our artillery as well. I don't mind disbanding Orc Laborers either, obviously. They are easily disbanded. Go ahead and merge you. Guess I meant to do it the other way around. Sure, let's do that. Don't want to disband OSHA. I want to merge them the other way around. God damn it. Let's get these Goblin Laborers together. And maybe get rid of these guys. I'm trying to figure out if I want to disband them right now or if I want to hang tight just in case something comes our way. And then we can disband them when they're at full strength. The only difference it'll make is a marginal increase to our income because we remove the upkeep cost of 1 unit of Goblin Laborers. Which honestly I'm not in like a rush to do or anything. So we'll leave them be for the time being. Just in case. Cool. That's this turn done. We'll see what the AI gets up to. Probably hitting Mount Gunbad. If they don't, then we'll make our way down south, of course. But yeah, that's this turn done. These guys are almost ready to pop out. Good stuff. Let's go. Let's get a bit more interesting now, I guess. With those 2 massive stacks. Again, I hope we can get along. I would very much like not to have to... Cool. Seats of Power. Claim a seat in the Tower of Zharr. I guess it literally just got unlocked, eh? The Tower of Zharr is a hustle and bustle of workshops, forges, laborers, and warriors, and where the powerful meet to exert their influence over them. To hold sway over its ancient districts is a path to power in itself, both for you and all Dawi Zharr. Cool. If we do this, we will gain some laborers and some conclave influence as well. We have just enough on hand to claim a seat. You need 75 for the tier 1 seats. Let's take a look at the Tower of Zharr. And here, basically, you can choose seats. You can fight for them with other Chaos Dwarf factions as well. If they claim some that you want because they have a buff that you want, then you can usurp them, but usurping costs a bit more than the initial claim. And you can only move up to additional tiers when 2 tiers from the previous... when 2 districts, from the previous tier have been filled up. So there's incentive to kind of spread your decision-making out a bit. Now, Military District gives us what? We have campaign movement range buffs after winning a battle. That's not bad. Armament increase per turn, armament output increase as well. Like, that feels extremely solid because that'll allow us to build advanced military buildings. It'll allow us to increase our unit capacities and things like that much faster, so I'm tempted to get the Blacksmith. I always am. We got the Quartermaster, grants random weapon or armor ancillary every 3 turns. Like, that's no joke either. But I'm kind of tempted to get the Blacksmith. Under the sorcery district, we have increased casualty replenishment rate, which is nice. We have a random magic item or talisman every 3 turns. We've got the Cardinal Demonsmith, reducing the armament cost for all unit capacity upgrades in the Hellforge, also valuable. And we have the Thaumaturge for Winds of Magic adjustments, but I don't want to talk about Winds of Magic because I always seem to lose out on those gambles. Over here we got Machinator for extra raw materials per turn and increased raw material output under the Industry District. We have Excise Collector, increased income from settlement buildings, Preceptor for random followers and banners, and then Consul for improved diplomatic relations with other Chaos Dwarfs, Warriors of Chaos, and Norska, and increased income from trade tariffs too. So you can see the materials stuff is kind of spread out, and up top though you can also see additional buffs you get when the entire district has been filled. Not entirely by yourself necessarily, but between yourself and the other Chaos Dwarfs as well. So research rate plus 10% when the entire sorcery district has been filled up. Immediately cause wall breaches when besieging, when the military district has been filled up. Like, that's huge, in my opinion at least. And then industry district, raw material and armament output increases by 5%. And these increases apply for all of the Chaos Dwarf factions, not just yours. So that's something to take into consideration as well. Do I chase after armaments or do I chase after raw materials? Because right now, obviously, raw materials is what we need for the primary objective. But if somebody else claims this, I might kick myself. This is also tempting. Armament cost reduction by 10% for all unit capacity upgrades in the Hellforge. 10%. That's not bad. You know what? I'm going to stick with the blacksmith. Start with that. We'll claim the seat. Go for it. Now that we've secured that, we will get the extra armaments and the extra armament output as well. That'll allow us to do so much. We've also researched varied training, further reducing the armament cost of increasing capacity. I should have waited on the blunderbusses. I feel like a bit of a fool. It's okay. It's not the end of the world, but I could have waited if I wanted to min-max. But if you're familiar with the channel, you're familiar with the fact that I don't really care to min-max here. Varied training has been done. Stone Mantle. New quest. Ensure that the following building has been constructed: a demon smithy. The Stone Mantle, one of Astragoth's most powerful talismans, has become weakened and damaged with age. You know how truly old the artifact is, however, but it has the appearance of a hardy cloak. No mere tailor can ever hope to repair it. Only the arcane techniques of the Darklands demon smithies can restore its ancient power. That is a huge reward. I'm sure this will take quite a bit of effort. A demon smithy. Alright, fair enough. Gotta find that. I'm going to assume it's going to have to happen at Uzkulak. Let's take a look at the building browser, a demon smithy. And I believe the demon smithy is, yes, this one. Okay, well, that's not too bad. It's just the next tier, which we're already working towards. It'll take 2 turns to get there, and then 250 armaments, and then 3 turns to actually finish the construction of the demon smithy. It'll give us access to some of these demon smith sorcerers as well, which is kind of cool, but I guess it's the rewards that I'm after. Fair enough, cool. We'll get to that soon. Not a top priority. These quests never tend to be top priority, do they? Let's take a look at our tech tree over here. I'm tempted to chase after Stronghold Syndrome, helping with upkeep costs and melee attack for our laborers. We are quite reliant on them early on. If we wait too long, eventually this technology will become completely useless. Potentially, depending on how we sort of invest in our military. So I'm tempted to do that. We could take a look at Tallest Towers. I know I was talking about this as well. Helps with control, which is very tempting. And under industry, we have Harbor guilds, unnecessary right now, and merchant guilds, also unnecessary right now. But of course, there are other benefits to going past harbor guilds. For example, hotter furnaces increases income and armament output. Industrial Revolution over here, as you can see, has some construction time and cost impacts. Like, it's not like just because Harbor Guilds is currently useless, everything past it is useless as well, right? But I'm thinking, you know what, Tallest Towers to help with control, and then we'll double back to Stronghold Syndrome. Actually, I take it back. We'll start with Stronghold Syndrome, because I always forgo control and trigger a bunch of rebellions. It's just the way I am. So we'll start with Stronghold Syndrome, and then we'll flip to Tallest Towers after that's done to try and maintain control, because I'm sure it's trouble across the board. -38 still dropping at -1 per turn. -31 dropping at -4 per turn. Like, yeah, this is potentially trouble. Let's put it that way. It's potentially trouble. Now, hang on. World's Edge Mountains. No, we don't need... We don't need laborers at the World's Edge Mountains. Because at the World's Edge Mountains, we only have you. We'll eventually need laborers, but we don't need them right now. So let's check that box, and let's make sure we switch these guys over to here. It won't be all that expensive. I need to pull some of these guys over here as well. I'll do it next turn. But what I'm thinking about is, of course, the fact that we have this mine about to be built. It'll require 300 laborers to work at full efficiency. But I'll take even marginal, you know, output versus no output. No output will be ridiculous to settle for. And of course we can bring laborers in through trade as well, which I might need to actually do. Let's get this army moving up this way though. I'm fairly confident that the AI is moving towards Mount Gunbad. I'm fairly confident. I can't imagine they're doing anything else. So we're going to go ahead and force march and make our way over to Israel Mingol, so we can then start making our way up to Karak Vlag and I assume Karak Peak and Seepgor and Kraz. This is going to be a long, protracted war against the Skaven, and I've mentioned it time and time again. I do not like fighting the Skaven. I love playing the Skaven. I do not like fighting the Skaven because you are bound to get ambushed, and it's bound to cause you heartache. With 2,000 raw materials, we can build this upgrade, but I'm not interested in spending raw materials on anything other than our great drill first. I want to get this stage of the campaign done with, because there's obviously a lot more to do after it. So I'm going to stay focused on that singular goal for as long as possible. Building upgrade available. Right, that's here. Please, I'm done. Thank you. Let's end the turn there and see what the AI does. I'm really hoping the AI is moving towards Mount Gunbad over here, and that I haven't turned my back to a potential opportunity down over here. But hey, time will tell. Moment of truth? Moment of truth? Yes. Excellent. I'm glad I called it and I didn't waste any time rushing down this way. But what's this now? Gouge the world mission successful. I believe that's because we built a mine finally, giving us a nice boost to our treasury and a nice boost to our labor count as well, which will come in handy as the Dripping Fangs get destroyed. And I thought there was something else over here. Foreign trespasser. Garth. That's going to be... It's already beginning. It's already beginning. Meanwhile, another mission issued. The Fruits of Labor have 700 raw materials. We're about 2 turns away from that. The desolation of 1,000 years of labor already fills your corner of the Darklands, where industry tears at the earth, pockmarking the surface with the scars of enterprise. Continue these endeavors and reap the rewards, giving us additional labor and treasury both. Okay, let's take a look at our labor economy, because this is where some shifting has to happen. The blasted wastes need some laborers. Let's pull them from here. Get at least something that is close to efficient, right? Not full efficiency, but we're getting there. Yep, pay the price. Please and thank you. Cool. Average efficiency has gone up significantly, and our raw material production has gone up significantly as well. Good stuff. So next turn, we should trigger the success of that mission, right? We are going to probably lose all of our, or some of our efficiency at Zorn Uzkul next turn. Just taking a look up over here. Yeah, we're going to drop 54 laborers, which will take us below the 500 workload threshold. That's fine. These are growing pains at the beginning of a campaign as the Chaos Dwarfs. It'll be a non-issue soon enough. Let's switch to our regular stance over here, because I want to go up to here, and I want to start recruiting right away. We have access to quite a few tools now. Of course, the additional blunderbusses, and I'm thinking the Iron Demon, or maybe the Magma Cannon is a better first priority. It'll take fewer turns, just 2 turns, and it'll also give us that extra range I was talking about. That'll force the enemy and the AI to engage us and to attack us when they're actually the defenders. Yeah, let's go ahead and disband these Goblin Laborers. Kind of a shame, because they have ranked up. God, I get so attached. Why do I get so attached? You know what? Let's drop some of these Orc Laborers, because we already have so many Orc Laborers. But they're just the better unit, though, in many ways. In some ways. Fine, let's say goodbye to these Goblin Laborers. They didn't replenish quickly enough, so it's time to give them the boot. Away they go. Ah, God, it's so difficult for me to click that button. Let's get our additional blunderbusses, and let's get our Magma Cannon. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I think that'll come in handy. It'll take us 2 turns to recruit over here. We'll be done replenishing the last unit of Orc Laborers at that point in time, and the last unit of of our great weapon infantry 2, and then we can move towards Seepgore. We'll have to start down over here. I could make a beeline for Karak Vlag, but then I'll find myself behind enemy lines and in a rough spot, so why do that? Let's take a look at our military convoys really quickly. 2 turns before these guys come back with a bunch of raw materials. I think the next convoy we sent out will go chasing after laborers. Hopefully, yeah, resources won't change for another 8 or so turns. Hopefully Castle Drakenhof will provide a decent number of laborers for a short amount of invested time, because they're pretty close to us, so that'll be nice and helpful. But I do believe it's time to hit the end turn button again. There's a building upgrade available down over here. Not one that I'm looking to oh, actually, you know what? It'll take 3 turns to build. What else could I do with those armaments? So I guess I could use those armaments to instead get some upgrades unlocked for our war machines, maybe? Right, because I just have to click this once to get access to the first stage, which is extra ammunition. Ooh, do I need that? Don't know how essential that actually is. Or do I stockpile it a bit? Just so that when we get the upkeep costs of these upgrades kicking in, you know, I have a bit more wiggle room to work with. Suppose that's an option, but we're generating armaments pretty quickly, so maybe I shouldn't hesitate to get this going, because it will take 3 turns to build, and I would like to have the option to recruit those units sooner rather than later. Building upgrade available down over here, Howling Rock. I guess I could upgrade you. 4,000 it'll cost. Not that bad. Slightly larger garrison. It'll also allow us to upgrade the mine over here. Sure, let's get to work there, because it'll take 5 turns, and hopefully we can start bringing in more laborers more quickly here. Let's hit the end turn button, see what the AI gets up to, and yeah, make a move towards Seepgore, I suppose. This is going to be trouble. War against the... Oh, okay. Looks like they're pulling the trigger before I got to pull the trigger, which works out. It means that the decision has been taken out of my hands, and god damn it, they want a non-aggression pact. Oh my goodness. Are you for real? And here I was thinking that the decision was made for me and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to ponder it. Again, they have that marble, which I desperately want. If I get a non-aggression pact with them, I'll kind of be funneled. Either moving up north, this way, I suppose, or through this mountain pass over here, right into Eastern Oblast. Wouldn't mind securing the marble. You know what? I've been talking up this war for so long. I think I need to commit to it, just for that marble alone and the raw materials that can provide us. Sure. You know what? I'm gonna decline. God, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I'm gonna regret this. That's gonna cost us a lot. That will come with a hefty fee, and I'm of course not talking about our treasury or any of our resources. You know exactly what I mean by that. Now, Stronghold Syndrome has been researched, helping us with upkeep costs and helping our laborers get just that little bit stronger. Meanwhile, down over here, we are about to complete the recruitment of our magma cannon, after which we can hit Seepgore, so that's looking pretty good. We can pick our next technology, which I've already promised is going to be tallest towers, so that's also looking pretty good. And if we take a look at building upgrades that are available, we can actually get our... Do I want to invest in our factories right now? I don't want that raw material drain. Upgrading the building, the factory building itself doesn't do that, obviously, but the temptation is obviously there to get the weapons workshop built in place of the gunsmith, right? And then there's the extra raw material drain. I could save that money instead for the time being to invest in, like the Overseer's Tower and stuff like that to further upgrade our mines instead and truly prioritize raw materials first. Because again, we got to try and get quite a bit in place to get this done, right? Like it's what is it, 1,500, I believe? Yeah, 1,500, and then 3 turns. We're so close. We're so close. We'll hold off for the time being. It is tempting, but we'll hold off for the time being. Sure. What else do we have? Any other building upgrades available? Just these guys over here. We have an empty slot over here. Nothing worth pursuing, I don't think. Nothing worth pursuing. Why can't I do this? Can I build... for the... Oh, right, because we got this going on right now. Fair enough, fair enough. We'll leave that be. What else do we have? Nothing else? That's this turn done? Sure. let's get this built, and let's get ready to attack Seepcore. In case you can't tell, I am extremely nervous about this war. It's in every campaign I've played where I've, whether it's in Warhammer 2 or Warhammer 3, going to war with the Skaven always gets my heart racing. Convoy completed. Excellent. The convoy led by Kurf Yalkaz has sold its wares in the Volary for 390 raw materials. It will now begin the return journey to your capital. Excellent stuff. We are very close to being able to start the construction for the Great Drill of Hashut, but let's not forget that we should probably send our next convoy out right now. These guys are returning to the capital, so Vragni Vargash can be sent out to hopefully get us some laborers. Yeah, okay. Down to Castle Drakenhof we shall go. And I believe we have... we don't have that many armaments to send, so I can't do that. Bring that number down a little bit. 439 laborers is not bad. That should last us quite some time. It will drain pretty much all of our armaments, though. But then again, we're producing them at a quick enough rate that I think I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and dispatch you. It'll take 5 turns to get down there, which is enough time for our other convoy to return to the capital. Now, actually, you know what? Instead of going down over here to get 439 laborers, what if I go up over here and give them more money and get just a few more? Doesn't drain our entire treasury, though, and it'll take less time. There are a few benefits. 482, 336. Alright. Take longer to get out over here. 978 for 440 armaments, though. We don't have that many to give away. Alright, sure. Let's head up to Titan's Notch. It'll take 4 turns. These guys will... they'll be fine. 1100 for 482? That sounds good. Sure. Dispatch. Make your way over. Couple of potentials for battles, but highly unlikely. The threat level's pretty low, so that should be okay. Out of the Volary. After their journey through the eastern steppes, your trading convoys have finally returned, greeted by the smoke and noxious fumes of Zharr Nagrund. They bring with them the offerings of the Volary, including one specific relic that was declared to be quite the rarity. They have a soul grinder in their army now, are you for real? And the ever-changing blade. Increased melee attack, enables magical attacks, and armor-piercing weapon damage increased by plus 15. My goodness. Okay, hang on a second. You. Let's get the ever-changing blade on here. We got the Ring of Thorns as well. Can I not, yeah, bring this over here. And the Ring of Thorns over here as well. Go for it. Looking good. Ancillaries. We got both of these over here already. Cool. That sounds good. So it's time for us to make a move. I guess I could... this will be trespassing. It doesn't mark it as trespassing because we don't technically know that the Skaven are there, but I mean, come on. Come on. What else is causing that corruption, right? We'll move up to the edge over here so that we're the ones declaring the war, not them. Want to make sure that I don't upset them to the point of opening hostilities by attacking us first. And we'll make our way up this way. Seepcore, Kurak Peak, and then over to Karak Vlag, which is the capital, so it's going to be quite the build-up. I'm hoping to draw their armies out so they don't have a massive garrison up over there, which I guarantee they already do have. But after Karak Vlag, we'll roll back out to Krazund, which will force us to maybe double back. Now, I think this is the right approach over here. Should be good, should be intense, should be something we kick off next time. Folks, gonna call it a session over here. Bit of a mini cliffhanger, I suppose you could call it. We're nicely set up. We've got ourselves a beautiful new piece of equipment over here. Quite a few blunderbusses as well to play with. It'll be a good start to the next session to dive into Seepcore, and then immediately afterwards push up to Kurak Peak, and perhaps even make it all the way to Karak Vlag in one episode. Apart from that, of course, we've got some laborers on the way that'll help with our overall efficiency, and beyond that, we have enough raw materials en route to begin the upgrade required for the Great Drill of Hashut. I hope you enjoyed this episode, folks. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below, as always. It makes a very big difference in letting me know what people are enjoying and what I should do more or less of and how I should approach things on the channel. But apart from that, as always, of course, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who have been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.